Hello and welcome to my Nuka World playthrough. I wanted to make this little prologue video to introduce myself and my character that is going on this journey. Now this is my main character. She is called Reverb. She is a level 140 something and she uses a Gauss rifle as her main weapon, but she also uses a plasma rifle as a short distance weapon. She uses that when she's tired, fed up, or panicked. And that happens, a lot because she doesn't use power armor. No, she does not. She tries to avoid to use power armor. We use ballistic weave instead, as far as that goes. Now, she doesn't use any chemicals, this one. She picks it up and sells it, but she doesn't use it. She uses Rad-X and Rad-Away and stim packs. For health, she uses a lot of Yao Gai meat to, become a little more damage resistance. And Deathclaw meat and stuff like that to heal up her health fast. Also, she uses Nuka Cola for caffeine if she's tired and stuff like that. So she uses a mod called Bullet Time. Now Bullet Time looks like has the same visual effects and looks the same as when you use something called Jet in this game. So instead of using Jet, she uses this mod Bullet Time that slows down time for you for a specific amount of time. Depends on how much AP points you have, and since this one is pretty high in level, she has a lot of AP points, but it uses the AP points, so when you don't have any more AP points, the effect stops. As it's the same as VATS, basically, but without having to go into VATS. VATS outside of VATS sort of thing. Now, this is a vanilla playthrough. But I'm using some mods. My essential mods I just have to have. Yes, I do. So we're going to go through them so you see what kind of mods I have installed and what I'm using. Now, before we do that, I just want to quickly tell you that I am Norwegian, so if we have to read some terminals, you have to be a little forgiving and patient with me, because I might have problems with some English words and some pronunciations. So there you go. With that being said, let's take a look at my mods. And here we are. Here's my mods. Now let's just start on the top with Dave's Settlement's fast travel. Now this I use for mod testing a lot. I don't fast travel with in my Let's Plays, but when I mod test I do. I fast travel all over the place. But I only fast travel within my settlements. So this fast travel mod is actually a very good alternative if you want to fast travel, but not go all crazy when you play on survival. This one makes it so that you can only fast travel within your settlements, and only settlements that you have discovered, of course, because you have to build this thing. It's a little power pylon thingy that you build, and you access it, and you get up this list where you can fast travel to your settlements. This is a mod that I use to get a little more meat. There is another mod that I tested a while ago, but it just gave me too much meat. It was way too much. Of course I could just leave the meat there, but I just find this mod just makes it a little more. It's very well balanced. You get a little more, but not a lot. Just a little more. Very well balanced, this one. So I recommend that if you want to use something like that. I recommend that. This one I usually use. This removes this cash register sound. This one. In addition, it removes the names of your enemies and the HUD and everything. It just removes everything. So you don't see your enemies' health bars, you don't see their names, you don't see anything, no cash register, sound, no nothing. I love that mod, but since this is a new DLC, I kind of want to see what the enemies are called and all of that. So we'll leave that off for now, and I'll enable it later on. Immersive HUD I just have to have. I actually used to have both this and this installed because this one makes it so that I can bring up the HUD if I want to, and I can also set it to turn on when my health is below this and that, and you can choose to have only your compass showing also, and also when that compass will show. And now he's added something that makes it so that if you enter power armor, your HUD will come up by itself, You can turn that off and on if you want to, but really nice feature there. That's a must-have for me. This removes the capture register sound. That is the sound like when you make something, when you earn XP, it goes ka-ching, and that sound is, it's like if you haven't been told that it's there, you won't register it. But if you notice it, you just can't stop being annoyed by it. So I'm affected by it, so I just have to have that mod to remove it. And now I probably brought it on to you, so there you go. You can thank me later. Okay. Alert carry, lower your weapons, does that. It makes it so that you don't point your weapon in your enemies' faces. You lower your weapon when you're not aiming at something. Bullet time is an alternative to VATS. It slows time. There was a firefight, leaves more shell casing and make them, pop out a little differently and stuff like that. I also covered that in a mod video. Move, get out of the way, does exactly that. It makes the NPCs move. So he writes, this mod increases the distance traveled by followers or NPCs when you bump into them and cuts the reaction time in half. So really nice mod. And this is better blood textures. This disables the blood screen splatter. People are strangers just makes it so that people that you haven't met are called strangers until you talk to them, or they talk to you. Death effects remove does that. Real-time death does that. Dead body collision does exactly that. It makes it so that the dead things actually, that you bump into them. You can't walk straight through them anymore, which I adore. I love these mods. Needle Third is also a very nice mod because, if I stuck a needle into my neck, like they do, I would go, ow! And that's what it does. Makes your character go, ow! Like, ow! when you use a stim pack. Love that. Remove ballistic weave. Okay, you can go, oh, that's a cheat. Yes, it is. It's a cheat. I agree. But I love wearing different clothes. So that's why I have it. And my character does not like to wear power armor. But if I start using power armor, then I will disable this. Absolutely. But if I can get away with not using power armor, I will have this mod installed. So there you go. What it does is that you use like 3 or 4 adhesive to remove your ballistic weave from this outfit that I'm wearing now, and then I can reuse that on another outfit. So I don't have to make them every time. This is exactly that. Survival quick save, no sleep till bedtime, makes it so that you can quick save. It also makes it so that when you zone into a place, like through a door to a new area, or you fast travel or something, when you zone, you make a hard save in addition to your quick saves. I installed that. At first I didn't want to do that, but I just changed my mind really quickly after having a couple of corrupt save files. And I did something in a Let's Play once that was real stupid, so I had to replay like 6 hours or something. It was horrible. So after that, I use this always. I just do. I can't live without it. And you know, the fact that you have to play, that you have like, you know, back problems, and you know, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, the sole survivor is in tip-top shape. She doesn't have any back problems. She doesn't have to sleep every 5 minutes. So it just makes things a little more realistic, I think. And now that one, don't look at that. But this one, Reverb and Ambience Overhaul, is actually a sound mod which enhances the sound in your world. Everything from the sound of weapons, of grenades, of you know, these waves, the echo in the city, everything. It affects everything. It's amazing, this sound mod. There's another sound mod out there called Realistic Sound, but I haven't dared to try that because there were so mixed comments on that. Something about screwing up their sounds and stuff like that, so I just stayed clear of that, and people said that you should go for this instead. So I have installed this and I really love it. I love it. I will show you now, because now he will exit the game. No, sorry, the mods, not the game. So if I go, if I go here to settings, here, go to audio, I have ambience and reverb. So listen now. You see that? I can turn the sound up and down. And this is the reverb. I can turn that down. And I can turn it up. But what that is it's more of a reverb is, how can I explain it? The way that I have understood it, I'm not a sound technician or anything, but the way that I experience it is that it gives more echo, sort of. You know, it's like the sound bounces off of walls and stuff. That's the best way I can explain it. I would just install it if I were you, and just run around in Diamond City and listen. You will hear the difference. It's amazing. You know, wasn't that much of a difference in these waves. You have to go inside the city or somewhere where the sound bounces a little. That's how I understood it. But if there is a sound person watching this video, please, you know, make a comment and, you know, write what it really is. Blah, blah, blah. That would be awesome. I think that was it for this prologue. So I think the only thing left to say is thank you for watching this prologue, and let's get going. So see you in episode 1.
What if there was a place with all the zip of Nuka? Wouldn't that be the cheeriest place in all the world? Where the rivers made of